even though the back of my hair is none of my business. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I've been fixing my hair lately. This has been very highly requested over on my Instagram, and I just felt like I really like to go into detail when it's something like this. And you know, I get it like what, a minute and a half to do a reel, and there's no way to really save it into a long form content. So I grew up in the time of all the long form YouTube videos, so that is what we're going to do, a good old fashioned YouTube video. Now, I wash my hair once every 3 to 4 days. It takes me about 20 minutes or less to do, and then each day I spend 5 to 10 minutes touching it up. To touch it up, I spray it with just plain water, and then I go in with my sea salt spray, which we'll talk about in a minute. I scrunch it, I diffuse it just to dry that product, I brush it out, and I'm good to go. Sometimes I'll use my curling iron to touch up a piece if I need to, touch up my bangs, whatever, but usually 5 to 10 minutes is the most I have to do to touch it up for usually 2 or 3 days, and then usually that last day I just go ahead and pull it up. So if you guys are interested to see how I've been doing my hair and working with my natural wave and curl, then let's get started. Okay, here we are, folks. This is what I look like straight out of the shower. I wash my hair. I'll link down below the shampoo and conditioner I use. I don't use anything specific to my hair type. It's just the shampoo and conditioner I've used for years, and I love it, and it works great with my hair. So I'll link that down below. And then I put it in a microfiber hair towel, and then I take it out. And I'm going to show you guys the whole process. So I only want to brush it once just because I have a lot of natural wave and curl, and so I don't want to brush it out too much. So what I do is I start with a leave-in conditioner. This is the Heritage one. I like this one. I'm kind of trying different products that work the best with my type of hair, but I do find that I like this, so I'm going to go ahead. Only thing about this is it is very highly fragranced, and I love the smell of it. But if you don't want something that's heavily fragranced, you're not going to like that. Okay, so I'm still not going to brush it. I'm going to leave that. Now I like to go in with something that's a little stickier that'll hold my curl shape a little bit, kind of put a cast on it. That way I can brush it through and it gives it more volume. This is the Bondi Boost Sea Salt Texture Spray. Now, here's the deal. Heritage used to make a sugar wave texturizing spray. Oh my gosh, it's my absolute favorite, but they discontinued it naturally. So I've been trying different ones, and this is what we're using now. So I like it fine. It's not great, but it works okay. There is something about the smell of this that just, I can't think of what it is, but it brings me back to my childhood for some reason. I don't know what it is. Okay, now I'm going to take a brush. I don't know if the brush is special, but this is a duo fiber brush. This has the natural and the plastic bristles, and it's just a wet brush. It's called the Wet Brush Pro. Now I'm going to brush out my hair. And I do it once so that I can brush the hair, but also disperse the product evenly. And then I kind of get my part where I want it to. I kind of have a cowlick right here, so I'm going to kind of sit down so you can see. So my part's not perfectly center. It kind of sits just to the side of that cowlick there. Like that. Actually, let's do it just a little bit more. I got to get my part right because this is like the only time that I'll mess with it. Okay, so then I start to kind of brush it back. I brush this part down. I brush this part forward. Good, and then I'll kind of tuck this behind my ear for now. Okay. So pretty much what I do now is I'm going to diffuse it. And this does take the longest amount of time. It doesn't take a super long time, but it does take quite a bit of time. So I have the Shark FlexStyle system. I bought the diffuser in addition, but you can buy kits that come with a diffuser, but I brought it separately. There are different, you can do it with longer spokes for longer hair, and you can do it shorter for shorter hair, and also when you're closer to the scalp. I pretty much always leave it on the shorter one. So I am going to give my hair a little bit of shape. So what I do is I kind of rustle it at the scalp and then scrunch it a little bit just to kind of set that shape up a little bit. I don't have curly hair. I have traditional wavy hair, and it's very heavily layered. So this is kind of like how I style my hair right now, because I'm also like on a journey to like help it grow and stay really healthy. So okay, now we're going to diffuse it. So I can't talk at the same time. When I turn it on, I usually have the heat at 2 and the whatever the fan speed at 2 as well. Okay, I've got my diffuser turned on, and what I really do is just kind of come up underneath the hair. I usually do it in 2 different sections. I usually do that bottom half of the hair, like the lower layer, push it up to the scalp, hold it for about 5 seconds, and then I do the top layer, and I kind of lift up and then kind of lift it on top of the head, sort of. I find that that gives me the nicest wave. But anyway, yeah, so I kind of lift up, hold it for 5 seconds, and then I just do that in sections on each side of my head. And I find that if I shake the diffuser a little bit, it adds a little bit more texture to my hair. I don't know if it actually makes a difference, but in my head it does, so that's what I do. Okay, so my hair is about halfway. Still looks really wet. Part of it is wet, part of it is just the cast. I try to kind of pull it up at the scalp a little bit and just give it, kind of guide the shape as I go. You don't have to do it if you have really, really curly hair, but since mine is wavy, I don't want there to be like a weird shelf that hits right here where my shortest layer is. So I just wanted to point that out. And then I kind of go back and forth. So I'll kind of do it on one side for a few minutes, do it on the other side for a few minutes, then go back and forth, because I feel like if I do it all on this side dries too much, and then when I do it, it's just not the same like volume and texture. So I kind of do a couple minutes on each side, if that makes sense. Okay, let's finish. Another thing too, before I forget, that I wanted to mention is if sometimes I feel like the hair dried out too much or it's not quite shaping up like I want, I will go in and I'll spray a little more of this and scrunch it, and you'd be surprised the difference that that makes. And then I'll go back in and diffuse it some more. And we're back at it. I like to take a break and kind of see how the hair is turning out and make any adjustments that I need. You can kind of see I'm just kind of setting the hair in that diffuser, lifting it up on top of the head, and I find that that just gives me the nicest wave. Now, I'm not experienced with really curly hair, so I don't know if the diffusing process is the same, but from what I've seen, it's fairly similar. So regardless of the texture of your hair, you can probably get a pretty nice wave or curl, even if you have straighter hair. I find that the texture that the diffuser adds also helps the curls stay longer, if that makes sense. So I've really been enjoying this, and it just reduces the heat on my hair, but it also makes it very voluminous, and I pretty much fix my hair like this every single time, no matter what the occasion is. I just recently went to a wedding and I had to put it up because it was like day 3 or 4 of not washing it. But normally, yeah, I just plan my wash days for my special events, and that's all I have to do. So I really like it. So my timestamp right now is 11 minutes and 45 seconds. My hair is almost completely dry, and it's looking kind of crazy. Looks better on the side than it does on the side. That's just how it is. Now, I haven't really done anything with my bangs. They just kind of do weird things. So I do style those. So I'm going to go ahead and give the curls a break. I'm going to take my diffuser off. And I'm going to get, I believe this is a 1 1/4 inch round brush. I got this at TJ Maxx. This is the Argan Magic Nanotechnology Ceramic and Ionic Curling Brush. If I can find it online, I will link it for you guys. I'm going to turn this on the same heat and fan setting as I did for the diffuser. And what I really like are curtain bangs that kind of come down and then swoop out to the side. So you're going to see, I'm going to kind of take this bang section and I'm going to pull it down into the opposite side as I twist it, and that'll give me like that perfect little bang there. Okay, I just do that a couple times for each side of the face, and that's about it. As the hair starts to cool, I can feel where it's kind of wet still, and usually it's kind of like right underneath here in the center where it gets gets the least amount of diffusing, especially on this side. So I'm going to go in and diffuse it some more on this side, and then we'll come back to the bangs. Kind of come back in, and then I'll take my hairbrush and kind of brush through the bangs a little bit. Spread them out a little bit. Sometimes I get hair from the wrong side in the brush when I do it, so I just kind of go back in and get those hairs into place. Okay, that looks really good. Now I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to brush through my hair. This, if you have really curly hair, this might be something that like freaks you out to go and brush through, but I don't. Like I mentioned, I have wavy hair, so I'm going to go through, I'm going to brush out. This is really what's going to show me what my hair looks like. So right now, like, obviously I don't have any plans for the day, so I could be done with this, but I do want to show you guys like what I would do if I actually had plans. Okay, so this looks really good. It's mostly dry, it's fine, but I do want to touch it up and help it look a little bit more uniform. See if I can get closer. So like this right here, I want to have a little more curl in it. Like a couple of these pieces up top, I want to have a little more curl. This side usually looks really good, but like I'm gonna go in and like, see this hair down here? I'm just gonna go in and shape that a little bit, okay? So what we're gonna do is, usually what I do is I kind of take this top section, clip it to the side, and then I'll go in with my curling iron. I don't remember what size exactly this is. I think it's like 3/4 of an inch, maybe it's 1 inch. I'm not 100% sure, but I will put in the description box what it is. So what I'll go in and do is try to create curls that are as similar to my natural wave as possible. And I haven't perfected this part just because my hair curls so differently on each side, but I kind of twist and then immediately untwist from the curling iron, and that seems to do the trick pretty well. I don't do my whole head. I just touch up wherever is necessary, and that's different each time depending on how my curls lay. Like so, and then I'll just take this and brush it out. That looks pretty good. Then I'll kind of let that side down and make sure everything blends really nicely. Yeah, I like the way that looks. So then I'm gonna take a couple of these back here. And on this side, I'm gonna basically do the same thing. I'm gonna put a couple of pieces back here. I'm going to do this piece here, even though the back of my hair is none of my business. See, like this one kind of like is doing weird things at the bottom, so I'm just going to straighten that piece out a little bit. And this obviously is some heat on my hair. I'm not really trying to go no heat at all, but I do like that I can eliminate a lot of more heat than I used to use, which was just like so much all the time, every single day. Same here. Timestamp is now just under 20 minutes, 19.5 minutes. And then I usually take these pieces around my face, kind of straighten out the root, twist in, and then immediately untwist, and then I kind of pull them out a little bit so they're a little softer, like so. And this side just always looks better. And I usually try to make sure that like these hairs right in here that you really see on the face are really nice as well. And really leaving that bottom layer kind of messy gives more volume to the hair because you can't really see if it's curled or not. So it's nice. Okay, then I'm going to take my hairbrush, make sure everything works together really nicely. Then I'll run my fingers through it, kind of mess it up at the root, kind of get some of that separation there. And then I'm going to come back to this side and make sure there was nothing that I missed. Like these hairs right here, those are going to show. So I'm going to go ahead and do those. All right. Try not to burn the stuff on my vanity here. I don't typically do my hair right here. I do it in front of the mirror that sits over on this side. Okay, brush my hair out. I usually take my hair underneath here and kind of pull it out. It gives it volume, gives it separation, and then kind of come up here, and there you have it. That's how I do my hair. The timestamp is 21 minutes and 27 seconds, so it's 20 minutes or less for me to do my hair like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was really helpful, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.